Okay, welcome.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Ectoplasmic Explorers. What was our name again?
Ectoplasmic Explorers. We've been doing this for 3 weeks now, Ken. By the way, I'm Rick.
Yeah, this is Rick. I'm Ken. We have some exciting news for the audience.
Absolutely, we do.
Yeah. So I cannot wait to unveil it. So stay tuned for the later on in the episode, and we will explain and show and reveal the man behind the curtain, and also the final proof.
Yeah, the final proof of the Fox River ghost is actually a ghost. We'll be unveiling that later this episode.
Yeah.
And since this is going to be like, the big reveal, we might as well go over what happened beforehand.
Yeah.
So like the first time that we did this, we had that clip of us at the Fox River, in downtown Green Bay. It was, it was magical. We were trying to just get a shot of the river, and something had happened where we found the ghost on video. You didn't actually see it at first, but I did. We had to actually go back.
We did that pan over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, man, should we recap that?
Yeah, I think we should. Do we have the video for that?
Do we have the video? Perfect. Okay, so we're going to actually be talking through this. So this is the video. I don't know why my camcorder wasn't working right there, but that's you. Remember that? Dude, you were so young back then, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That day was super cold. Remember we were talking about the Fox River, and right there, did you see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember, folks? Yeah, and there, perfect. Yeah, you see that over there? And it's gone. Where did it go? We don't know. So
we had the one split-second view of it, and I believe we went over and reviewed the footage again. You see it standing up.
Yep.
And then
it's reversed.
Yep.
Super slow-mo, and my editing skills I'm so impressed with, because pat on the back for that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. There we go. That's the ghost.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So we saw that ghost, and then we did have that clip from I forgot what his name, the Midnight Jogger.
Jackson Parker.
Jackson Parker, that's
Jackson
right.
Parker.
Yeah, we had that. He was, it was filmed like maybe a couple nights later, I believe he said. And, he was just going on a midnight jog next to Bay Beach, which is about like maybe 2 miles away.
Yep.
And, excuse me there, he had a run-in with the ghost, and I believe he was also chased off the scene as well.
Right.
Can we bring that up as well?
Yeah, we got that one, Jackson Parker?
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, here's Jackson Parker.
Yeah,
so he's
it was
running.
the slow motion version.
Yep. So he's running, and it zooms in. Look at that, like that's got to be the same ghost, right? From the Fox River Ghost. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure, man. I mean, like it was just in the middle of the road.
Middle of the road.
Yeah, just middle of the road, midnight, he said.
It was about 2-3 miles away from where we were.
Yeah,
it was a few days later is when Jackson Parker, because it was episode 2. Thank you so much, Jackson Parker, for submitting that footage.
And also, it was actually even closer to where we filmed at the marina the last time.
Wasn't that just down the road?
Yeah, no, it was like
Beach?
right next down the road. It literally just connected.
Man, so do you think it was the same ghost?
I think so.
I think ultimately we have some.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got that, and then also we have the I forgot who the other
Jaden Miller.
Jaden Miller, yeah. Jaden Miller was actually in, like a wildlife.
There we go.
Observatory place.
It's right here. So we were at the Ken's Earn Nature Center. And that footage was from the Ken Earns Nature Center. And why I say we were is because we actually have footage of us there at the same site.
Yeah.
So we can actually review that footage coming up in
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Because Jaden Miller had we reached out to him to give us the location, because we thought the ghost was messing with the footage there, but it also happened to the camcorder that you were using on our first week. We just thought it was, a bug, but we made that connection, and we actually went down to the said
Ken Earns Nature Center. So we have some footage of us pre-recorded from a few days ago, where we actually visit the site of Jaden Miller's location, and let's roll that tape if we can have that. The Ken Earns Nature Center.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Is this live?
I think so.
Oh, hi guys. Oh no, wait, no, this is pre-recorded stuff. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Ken. So we're here actually at the Ken's. They're back? No. Urs Nature Center. We've been having some disturbances with vehicles. Don't come after us, please. We're just filming a YouTube video.
Please.
For the love of God, don't hit us. This is actually live.
Okay.
We might actually die. It's okay. Rick, just hold me. Hold me, Rick.
Hold me.
Hold me. So, either or, we're here to report on Jaden Miller's location, right?
Yeah.
You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, actually, I will say it is kind of windy, and somebody forgot their hair gel, so we had to go to the store and pick up some hats. But yeah, he actually gave us the location of where he found the Fox River ghost from last episode, and it's actually over in those reeds. I don't know if you could see it.
You want me to go down there and check it out?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll go down there. Okay, ready? Like, I think it was over here. We have the photo evidence.
Yeah.
So we'll put it up right next on the screen. But I think the ghost was at least in this area. Can you see me, Rick?
Yeah, I can see you.
Can they see me?
I'm looking. Yeah, they can see you.
Awesome, awesome. I think the ghost was in this area. This very exact position.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm coming up. I'm coming up.
Yeah, come back up. Come on.
I'm coming.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay, yes. So, absolutely. So we are here with amazing news, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Would you like to tell more about that?
What's the news again? What's the news?
Ken.
Yeah.
We finally have non-deniable proof of the Fox River ghost being real.
I was thinking about the other news from last week with you and your partner. Congratulations. So yes, we have now undeniable proof of.
Yeah, my partner.
Yes. Remember, get back on track.
Yeah.
So we have undeniable evidence of the Fox River ghost.
Yeah.
And future us, I think.
Yeah.
Live us, whoever the present us is going to be reporting on that very shortly. So, Rick and Ken from the future, take it away.
Yeah, take it away. That was quite exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah. We went down to the area ourselves and we actually saw everything. There was no evidence of foul play, at least from what I saw. You actually went down into the reeds.
Exactly. I felt this weird vibe afterwards, and that's why I totally forgot about the final proof that we have.
Yeah, the final proof. That was the news that we had, and I mean, I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer.
So ready?
I think we're ready.
Ready? Hey, producer, can you roll the final proof? I'm telling you, man. Okay? I'm telling you. Like, you just forgot the scripts this time?
No, I didn't forget. No,
you're the
printer
ghost.
was out of ink. Okay, you know what? Fine, all right? I wanted to actually, do some regular ghost hunting. That's how this all started, but no, we're doing this fake crap all the time now.
But the M150 sponsor, man.
I know, we're getting a lot of money for it. That's why I'm still doing it, okay? I'll get the camera, I'll go set up, all right?
I'll get the camera. Freaking get the camera, I gotta get the stump suit on.
Come on, man.
That wasn't the proof that we wanted to.
No.
Can we just cut to commercial right now?
Cut to a commercial.
Now. Oh my gosh. All right. Dude, what was that evidence?
I don't know, man. That was from a few days ago.
That was when we were on scene. Nobody needs to know.
I know, man.
I understand the Fox River ghost was just us screwing around. But Kevin, why did you play that footage?
It's just
it's your fault.
Ken,
it's your fault.
Ken, no, it's Ken. Take a deep breath in and out. Here, how about this? You go take a walk. I'll finish the broadcast by myself.
Okay. Thank you.
Just need to chill out for a little bit.
Kevin, get this done or you're fired.
How is this my fault?
Yeah, he's on his way. Get ready.
Oh.
Hey, Ken.
Oh, hi. Oh, no. No.
Ken. Do you know why you're here, Ken?
I don't know who you are.
Do you recognize his face now? A junior executive associate for one of the largest beverage companies in the world.
You're too close to my face, bro. You gotta get back up. Your breath stinks. Oh, God, your breath stinks. Does it smell like fish?
It's the smell of success, Ken.
Oh, that's so unflattering for my face. That's not even my good side.
I'll make a deal with you, Ken.
Yeah?
Get one little drop of this. One little sip. And all you have to do is tell me how M150 packs so much caffeine and flavor into a small bottle. See, I'm under a lot of pressure, Ken. A lot of pressure from my superiors to deliver for the Red Bull name, to deliver for the best beverage company on the face of the world.
Yeah.
You can have a sip if you just tell me the secret.
Thanks.
What's the secret?
No. I can't.
Oh no.
No! M150! 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 No! 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 M150!
That's the wrong answer, Ken.
M150!
That's the wrong answer. Let's try this one more time.
M150! Don't
Let's
waste
try
it!
this.
Don't
Let's
waste
try
it!
this one more
No,
time.
don't waste it!
Let's try this one more
Don't
time.
waste it!
What's
No.
the secret, Ken?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
Why? Why can't you tell me, Ken?
I swore to the bottle and to the company I cannot tell anyone the secret.
Well,
No! No!
Oh, I'm gonna lose my internship. Oh!
You're an intern? How much are they paying you? I can pay you more.
I'm a senior executive assistant to the bottling division. That's way more than an intern.
But it's an internship.
Wait, yes, it's technically an internship, but there's promise for future employment after the fact.
You're a 90-day intern. They gave me half the shares at M150. You know what their slogan is? Sacrifice, devotion, and courage. And you have none of that. They made you have those tattoos. You know what I have on my arms too? I'm a former executive assistant to that same company, but they never paid me anything after those 90 days. And they're not gonna do anything. So either you're gonna jump ship or drink that M150 and taste the true freedom of what it's like to have that sacrifice. So give me some of that M150, and you should drink some too, and you need to drink on that other side. No. No.
Sorry.
No. I'm not drinking that. That is terrible. It's not great. No. No. No! No, Trevor! Trevor. No. No.
What are you doing?
Trevor. Trevor.
You're gonna
Rick, tell him. Rick, please tell him. Rick. Rick.
I thought we were trying to keep this simple. Rick, this has gone on too far. You knew he had a problem. He poured M150 over himself during a commercial. He drenched himself in M150.
Rick, you know, Rick, you know it was a hard time for me. It was a hard time. The wife took the kids. Come on.
Listen to that.
Come on, give me some M150, bro.
Listen to that
Come on.
$1 million.
You
that
like
Red
it.
Bull gives you. Listen
You
to
had
that $1 million.
51% of their shares.
What can you do with that $1 million,
Rick, help.
What can you do with that $1 million?
Help, Rick.
What can ectoplasma explorers do with that $1 million? Especially now that Ken's gone.
No, Rick, it's us. It's always been us. No. It tastes like wings.
You got wings now, Ken. How does it feel? How does it feel that you have wings? Now, are you ready to finally give me that secret formula? The Krabby Patty secret sauce?
No. Because you know, I had devotion about doing that pour. I've had sacrifice with that chores. No. M150, M150.
You know, you're really starting to toy with my patience, Ken. A senior executive assistant to the facilities director in canning division does not have all day.
M150 saccharin. M150 saccharin.
Are you ready to talk now?
The M150.
Or are we gonna have to be here for a few
The
more
M150
days?
is saccharin.
Want a little bit more Red Bull?
No, the M150
Then
is.
speak up.
The M150.
I said speak up.
The M150 ingredient that makes everybody addicted to it is saccharin. That's what's the difference. That's what they brought me on for. I figured out the formula of Red Bull. They came to me. They offered me 50% of the shares. That's when I started Ectoplasma Explorers. I thought I could get away from Red Bull just the last few months. Yet it went very viral for the videos, and we wanted to have M150 go viral. So we wanted to have Ghost Adventures to prove the Fox River ghost. It was all a ploy. It was all a marketing stunt. And Red Bull came after me, and now I'm here. And the secret formula we've been testing for a couple months is saccharin. It's saccharin. It's always been saccharin. Commercials are fake.
So you're telling me that your genius plan
Yeah.
was to get an internship at Red Bull,
No, that was before any of this. That was before.
learn the secrets of Red Bull,
Your boss. Our boss. Our boss left his formula out for us.
I wouldn't be laughing if you knew what our boss is about to do to you. See, he's got a little fun for you. You didn't want to be senior executive assistant to the facilities director in canning division. No, that job wasn't good enough for you. So
No.
guess what you're going to do now? You're going to be Red Bull's taste tester. For the rest of your life,
No.
you'll be swallowing and drinking every beverage engineer's half-cooked idea. I'll get my promotion to paid internship. And thank you, Rick,
Rick, you messed up.
putting this deal together.
You should have never done this. You should have never taken the deal.
No, Rick,
shouldn't have taken
don't listen to him, right?
Rick, no. You should have never taken that deal.
He was a glorified narcissist stealing the spotlight from you this entire time. Like, he used your show, your passion, as a marketing scheme for M150. And now it's backfired. So enjoy your chili lime Red Bull and all the other disgusting flavors they're going to cook up for you. I hope you can keep it down. Here's a little for the road.
No! Trevor, listen. They're gonna take. You're gonna be here, Trevor. Trevor, you're gonna be here. Trevor.
It has been brought to my attention that we have the lack of funding to our program and we need to shut it down effective immediately. With this, I have been told to state that there was no Fox River ghost. Everything was fake for entertainment purposes. I am sorry. Sorry it has to end like this, and sorry for dragging you along so far. We thank you for sticking with us for this long. It's time to say goodnight. And remember, drink Red Bull. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, it gives you wings. Red
Welcome back to the show. Over the next couple minutes, we will be going over some of the hills that I would enjoy going out that are out west. We will be looking at touring peaks of California over to the Powder in Utah. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first hill. Our adventure begins at Mammoth Mountain, California, a beacon for snowboarding enthusiasts from around the globe. Renowned for one of the longest seasons in North America, Mammoth Mountain offers an extraordinary blend of natural beauty and snowboarding innovation. But what really sets Mammoth apart? Let's find out. With its inception as a ski resort in the 1950s, Mammoth has evolved into a snowboarding mecca. Its terrain parks, like Main Park and South Park, are meticulously designed, offering jumps, rails, and half pipes that challenge the thrill of riders at all levels. But Mammoth's Mountain isn't just about the man-made features. Its natural terrain offers backcountry experiences and tree runs that are breathtaking and super exhilarating. But Mammoth isn't just for the thrill seekers. It's a community, a place where beginners can find their footing and experts can push their limits. Local snowboarding schools and instructors are some of the best in the world, ready to guide you through every turn. And when the sun sets at Mammoth, the village comes together with stories and adventures shared over the live music at night. So there you have it about Mammoth Mountain. Looks like a super fun mountain, and I can't wait to get out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our second mountain in in Utah. Our next mountain we are going to be talking about is Park City in Utah, a landmark not just for the size, but it's for its storied past and vibrant present. As the largest ski and snowboarding resort in the U.S., Park City is a testament to the evolution of snowboarding. from its outlaw days to its current status as a celebrated sport. Park City trails and parks are legendary. The resort boasts over 330 runs that cater to all abilities, from gentle slopes for beginners to challenging Jupiter Peak for the fearless. The terrain parks are innovative spaces where snowboarders can test their mettle against some of the most creative setups in the industry. But Park City is more than just snowboarding. It's a community rich in history, with roots stretching back to the silver mining area of the 19th century. The history is alive in its vibrant main street, where the spirit of the Old West meets modern luxury. After a day on the slopes, snowboarders gather here to share tales of their conquests, enjoying the fine dining, or simply soak in the historical ambience. There's Park City in Utah for you. Let's listen to this message from our sponsor, Burton. Burton Snowboards is all about hitting the slopes and having a blast. Back in 1977, Burton started changing the game, making snowboarding what it is today. With Burton, it's more than just gear. It's about innovation that's always pushing what's possible on the snow, whether it's their high-quality boards or their game-changing bindings. Everything they do is about upping your ride. But what really makes Burton special is the community. It's about pros and weekend warriors alike all sharing the same stroke for snowboarding. It's about those unforgettable days on the mountain and the friends you make along the way. So if you're carving fresh tracks, hitting big air, or just cruising with your buddies, Burton's inviting you to join the ride. So now we can go ahead and take a look at our last hill, which will be in Utah as well. Our last hill is Breckenridge Ski Resort in Colorado, where the spirit of the Wild West and the passion for snowboarding intersect. With its towering peaks and a historic town, Breckenridge offers an unmatched snowboarding experience that goes beyond the slopes. Breckenridge is a playground for snowboarders with terrain ranging from high alpine bowls to perfectly groomed runs. The resort's terrain parks are among the best in the world, designed to inspire creativity and progression. And for those seeking an adrenaline rush, the Imperial Express Supershare offers access to some of the highest and most challenging terrains in North America. But what truly makes Breckenridge stand out in its own town, with a history dating back to the gold rush, Breckenridge is a blend of past and present, where historic buildings like cafes, shops, and galleries are. It's a place where the snowboarding community comes together to celebrate the love for the snow. And there is Breckenridge for you. Those would be the 3 hills that I would definitely enjoy going out to out west, and thank you for watching.
Welcome to my final stream of Live with Daryl. In my previous streams, we had talked about the different stages of parenthood, and I thought for my final show we would do something different. First, I want to recap my 2 previous live streams. The first one was with my boss, Michelle, and she shared her perspective on what it's like to be a mom of adult children who no longer live in her home. The second was with my coworker, Trista, and she shares her perspective on what it's like to be a mom to a 6-year-old son and the joys that they share together. So shifting gears, I had a different experience with my third and final guest, Jordan. She is my cousin. She's one of my best friends, and she's the godmother to one of my children. And the story behind our relationship was definitely the best for last. But before we get into it, a little bit about Jordan. She is currently expecting her second baby girl, and she has a 1-year-old toddler. While keeping up with the toddler, she runs her own State Farm agency franchise, and she also has a small business that is called Little Joe & Co., and they specialize in photo booth rental and decor for party events. So Jordan and I had met in 2015 on the first day of a random summer job, and we had never heard about each other until that day. And a few days after meeting, you know, we're getting to know each other. We're not really like asking too deep of questions. It's just like the basic get to know you questions. And unbeknownst to each other, we had both went home the same exact day and told our moms about each other, and to find out that our moms actually grew up together and are cousins, making us cousins. So the next day we had returned to work, and we're so thrilled to share the news with each other, but still, to our surprise, we were confused on why we never heard of each other before. And that led us to have like a deeper and more in-depth conversation, which led us to talk about our family dynamics and how we were brought up. So let's take a listen to that conversation. I want to shift my normal podcast content because this topic was something that we both bonded over when we first met. It shaped us both into the mothers that we are today, and I think it's interesting to share. So Native American family dynamics are pretty unique in the way that it's very normal and common to be raised by someone other than your biological parents. For me, I was born and adopted by my aunt and uncle, who are 100% meant to be my mom and dad. My brother was also in the same situation, but my mom and dad would technically be his grandma and grandpa, so it can be complicated, but to us, so completely normal. Then there's the other side of it, like having little cousins who we call niece or nephew, or our older cousins who we call aunt and uncle. So no one is ever who they are supposed to be, but again, it's so normal to us that we just roll with it. Can you please share your family dynamics?
Yeah, I'm very open about my life. Yeah, my mom is not my birth mom, so I feel like there's a little different dynamic with that, where my mom adopted me. My dad is my biological dad. So it is a little different because my daughter doesn't look at all like my mom's side, and one day I'll have to kind of tackle how to have that conversation. Like, oh, is that my birth grandma? I don't know. I don't know how we would have that conversation one day. I've talked to it with my husband Zach so many times of, do we tell her that that's not my biological mom? Do we even say anything? Does it matter? I guess health-wise it matters, but really, like you said, with Native families, it doesn't matter. We just kind of, that's your grandma. But yeah, I already have my parents' best friends. I grew up calling them auntie. I feel like every single woman in my daughter's life, I'm just like, Auntie Lisa, that's Auntie Amy, that's Auntie Daryl, that's this person. You know, every single person is just auntie or uncle if they matter to us. So that's really confusing because my husband is not Native, and when I explain auntie and uncles, his family's kind of like, wait, how many aunts and uncles do you have? And I'm like, well, I only have 2. But, you know, so it's a little confusing to them, but I don't, it just makes sense to us. And I mean, the more the merrier. I don't understand why people have to cut it off by blood. If you are someone I love, you're my family.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm very thankful that my parents raised me, but that did also like bring like a lot of, I guess, confusion to my life a lot. It kind of like messed up my confidence of like, okay, like, sure, why did you give me up? Like, why was I the only child to be given up? and it also
Right.
like affected my relationship with different family members. I'm not as close as to that side as like everybody else's. My birth mom is my mom's sister, and we are kind of like a close family. So I do not talk to her, and my that also like affected my mom's relationship with her sister, just because like, okay, why did you have to do this?
It's a
So
ripple effect of emotions. Like, I talk to my biological siblings, and well, I have my siblings that I grew up with that are my siblings. And then my other half, my biological mom, her children. When I talk to them, I feel guilty. And like when people call my biological mom my mom, I feel guilty because I'm like, she's not my mom, and I know it hurts my mom. So there's all these confusing emotions where I feel like we have spent our entire lives kind of protecting everyone else's emotions except our own. And we've had to kind of deal with those emotions behind the scenes. So that's something that like as a mom I'm really cautious of, and that's kind of why like I go back and forth between telling her and not telling her of like, you don't have to hide your emotions from me. However you feel, confused, angry, upset, that you're allowed to feel that. And I want her to tell me versus like how we kind of had to hide it and protect everyone's feelings but our own.
right, I totally agree.
I want to thank Jordan Hensel State Farm Agency for sponsoring today's video. People manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. For more information, visit jordanhensel.com. And with that, I want to thank my 3 guests for their amazing interviews and being kind enough to let me share their perspectives with you, the viewers. I want to thank my fellow classmates and, of course, you, the viewers, for watching. See you soon.
Welcome to Through the Eagle's Eyes. In this show, we take a look at student experiences at NWTC. In today's episode, we're taking a look at the prototype and design program to see what they get up to over there. And before we get started, let's hear from our sponsor. In today's episode is brought to you by the NWTC Writing Lab. The Writing Lab can help students with things like developing better writing skills, finding sources, reviewing work. The Writing Lab is open to any students who need it. Now let's take a look at a student who graduated from the prototype and design course. Let's take a look.
My name is Luke Blazik, and I graduated from the prototype and design program here at Northeast Wisconsin Technical College. In this program, we got to work on a kind of a large variety of different projects. We started off with woodworking, metalworking, and then for a while it was 3D design software related stuff, and also just learning how to use the 3D printers that we have here at NWTC. So now we are in the 3D printing room of the prototype and design lab, or as we like to call it, the fishbowl. I believe that's what we call it, at least. We have a whole bunch of our FDM printers here. So the FDM printers, essentially what they do is build off of layers. So I don't know if you can see in that well, Ryan, but if you take really close, I don't want to interrupt you. Essentially, okay, so yeah, these printers essentially take a layer of this filament, heat it up, and it goes through the nozzle. It's a layer, and just it continues to build off of that. We have quite a few FDM printers, some SLA printers. We have a nylon powder printer, and some others that I'm not quite sure what they are. This is our nylon printer, HP Jet Fusion 580 Color 3 printer. Yeah, nylon powder. So what this printer does is, again, it's the same thing. It does layer lines, except it does also kind of like a recycle system. So it might have a certain amount of nylon powder in there already, but it can take nylon powder that is currently underneath the print and put it over, and then I guess solidify what needs to be solidified for the print. Again, layers. This is one of our programs that we use here at the prototype and design program. SolidWorks, I was a huge fan of working with SolidWorks. Made a lot of projects, including this one. This was a prototype of the Darksaber design from Star Wars. We also use this program. I don't have anything up on right now, but it is called SurfCAN. This was mainly used for the CNC machines, programming designs and parts into the CNC machines. And then finally, we had this one here called Magix, which I was not a huge fan of because it was a lot more complicated than SolidWorks. SolidWorks is just, you have a plane, you have a 3D plane, you can just choose which plane you want to work on, you have the X, Y, Z axis, and you just draw, extend, whatever you need to. After college, I know that there is one company in particular that a few students have gone to, Midwest Prototyping down in Blue Mountain, Wisconsin. They do a whole bunch of 3D printing there. Like, again, pretty much what we have here in NWTC, but on a larger scale. They also do some silicone molding, and some students also tend to go into a machining or a machinist area. And there's also just like a general model making industry that students will go into. If you feel you have a very creative mind and you want to work more with your hands, yes, absolutely, come here.
That's all we have for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.
Hi, and welcome back to Creative Cooking. And today we are making quesadillas wraps. And to make these, you'll need avocado, cilantro, tomato, onion. I'm using the Ford-style cheese, Ford-style Mexican cheese, but you can use whatever cheese you prefer. Flour tortilla, jalapenos is optional. Using beef and some seasoning. Right, and first we are gonna start with making our pico de gallo. First we're gonna start cutting off our avocados in slices. And I'm just gonna peel the sides so I can grab them more easily. And we're just gonna put that for the side. Next we are gonna cut some tomato in chunks. And we're gonna put it inside a little bowl for now. Next we are gonna cut a bit of onion. I cut it too little, so I'm gonna cut a bit more. And we also want it in chunks. We're gonna put it in another bowl for now. And next we are going to cut some cilantro. You'll just need like a few pieces of cilantro, and you just want to cut them up into really small pieces, like so. And we're gonna put it in a bigger container, and we're gonna grab our tomato and onion and put them together. Now we're gonna mix it all together. And of course this is optional, but I'm cutting some jalapeno into mine to make it a little bit spicy. But if you don't want any, it's okay if you don't put any. So but if you are putting jalapeno, just make sure to take the seeds, or it's going to be really spicy. And I'm just going to cut a few chunks of it and then put it inside my container. Next, we are gonna cook the beef. You can also do chicken if you don't want to do beef, but for my quesadillas wraps, I'm choosing beef to do it. And I'm just adding some oil and some onion powder and also some black pepper. And just mix it around. And you want to put your temperature at medium low. And you want to get that nice and brown color. Right, now we are, while we go to the next step. We are going to go to our ad. And today we are sponsored by Artistry. This is the lipstick. This is a lipstick called Berry Special Evening, and has a very nice mechanic where the cap is magnetic, so it'll be easier to put on. And it has a very vibrant color as well, as you can see. And I bet. Right? And then the next step, what you want to do is grab yourself a flour tortilla. Oops. And you want to do is cut it like halfway. Oops. Right, just cut it like that. And then what you want to do is grab your cheese. And put it in the first over here, right next to the slit we did. And you want to grab your pico de gallo next and put it right here, right next to the cheese. Right, and you want to put your avocado slices right next to the other part of the cheese. So we're making like 4 sections. And you want to grab your beef or chicken, whatever you're using, and put it right here. And I'm going to put a little bit more cheese. On top of it. And what you want to do is put it in a pan and have it cook for medium low as well. And when it's done like melting and everything, you just fold it like this first, and then fold it again, and oops, again. And you have this, and you'll cook it both sides for about a minute. And it should look something like this. So let me just cut it. Oops. Something like that. Right, and I hope you enjoy.
All right, more news on the Jurassic World movie and and more on this week's final episode. But first, to our commercial.
Hi there again.
Today's sponsor is NWTC on set. Today we have the secretary, Ken. I don't know, is it your last name?
Kogis.
Kogis.
My name is Ken Kogis, by the way.
You've probably seen him from the segment Ectoplasmic Explorers, which are doing a great job. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you so much, Ada. Much appreciated.
But let's give it to Ken to explain that WTC onset.
Hi there, everybody. So I'm here to talk about onset. As the name suggests, it's gain to experience while you're being on set on the Digital Media Technology program. So we're not at the deer on the headlights on a professional, commercial, or Hollywood set, similar to like your Marvel or DC movies. We are wanting to foster creative collaboration with community. That's what we're all a part of in this program, right, guys? So we meet once a month. Our next meeting, if you want to go check it out, is going to be in the Business of Technology building, and it's going to be on March 26th at 6 p.m. And we're going to be networking, connecting, as well as getting to share our work, to have critiques, as well as getting to have comments with our peers. You can join us anytime, meeting, getting ready to jump in with us to being on set every single day.
Well, thank you, Ken. If you want to become members, they get flyers, and and then email their president. And who is your president?
Dane. So if you want to be able to get in touch with them, email Dane. I'm blanking on his last name. Dane or Trevor. It's wherever. If you've been part of the DMT program, you've been seeing these fly around. If not, see my familiar face, hit me up. I'll be able to get you in the right contacts.
All right, now back to our segment.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.
All right, so first up we have our Spider-Man 4, Shang-Chi 2, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool 3, aka Deadpool and Wolverine, are going to be setting the groundwork for Avengers Secret Wars, which 3 of the 4 I have mentioned in previous episodes, so this is very exciting. With Deadpool and Wolverine set to come out this summer, and Fantastic Four next year, I think it's good that they have a plan starting for Secret Wars, which probably means they'll probably see in the next couple of years. So, but on to other news. Sony has revealed that their next 3 Spider-Man movies, they're planned for them. And the first one I did talk about, which I got the dates wrong. On July of last year, they said they had to push it back for Spider-Verse 3, and it was originally supposed to come out on March 29th, 2024, and now it's been pushed back, and which it's likely to come out in 2025 now. The movie titled Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is a threequel to the sequel Across the Spider-Verse, which is a sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, but there's no definitive date yet. Like I mentioned earlier, in the second episode, the last time we streamed, where I talked about Miles Morales' live-action debut, they plan to have him either in his own movie or as him debuting in Spider-Man 4. And then obviously, of course, them bringing in Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but there are no guarantees. Possible set date for 2025. But this is exciting nonetheless, and Sony and Disney still plan to share the character, as well as for the long road ahead. For the long road ahead before his live action debut is a long road ahead. Anyway, on to more news. For the director of the new Jurassic World movie called unofficially Jurassic World 4. Last time I streamed, I said that David Leitch was supposed to direct it, but then was detached from the film. Now Gareth Edwards, who might be directing this film, who you might have heard of him from numerous films like the Godzilla movie from 2014 and Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, and etc. Now to our DC news. As you've probably heard, the DCU recently ended with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in 2023, and it started back in 2013 with Man of Steel. The DCU was obviously a mess of a franchise with flops and box office successes. It was an up and down trend for each movie, and also might have been having their solo films come only after they made a Justice League movie. But as you probably heard, James Gunn is planning to make better DC movies in his new DCU. The first movie of this DCU is Superman Legacy, which is now, I believe, just going to be called Superman, and is scheduled to come out in 2025, which is next year. And it is now, there are two things that have been revealed. The Superman's logo and the cast choice for the Daily Planet editor-in-chief, Perry Wyatt, which they picked Wendell Pierce. So the logo looks good. I hope David Cornswet will wear the suit well. Nonetheless, I think it will look good. But as for the other cast choice, never seen the actor, neither of these actors, the cast choice for Perry Wyatt or Superman. But I do want to take a look at the Superman logo once again. Can we bring that up? Can we bring up the Superman logo again, producers? I just want to take another look at it. So it's not, it doesn't appear to look like the original, S, but it does look cool nonetheless. And I hope that you guys let us know your comments in the comments down below about either thing, the cast choice for Perry Wyatt and all the Superman stuff. And this is my final show, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini series, and we'll see you around, and we'll be right back for after the short break.
Hey there, pet lovers! Welcome to the world of puppy care. Bringing a new puppy into your life can be an exciting and rewarding experience, but it also comes with great responsibilities. Puppies require a lot of care and attention to ensure they grow up healthy and happy. In this guide, we'll go over some essential aspects of puppy care to help you provide the best possibility to start with your new furry friend. Our ad today is by Petco. Let's see. Come to Petco with me. Petco has everything you need for your animals. They have stuff for aquatic fish, saltwater and freshwater, and even reptiles and amphibians. They also have small animal stuff too. Come to Petco for your animal needs. Let's go over some essentials. The first thing you'll need are a collar and a leash. However, I highly suggest a breakaway collar in such a scenario of that your dog is in struggle or a situation happens where your dog gets stuck and can slip out or release easily. Unlike the collar on the right, where you have to more manually go through the process of clipping and unclipping it, where this might be more dangerous to your dog if they're stuck in a quick, sticky situation. Some other essentials you're going to need are food. Make sure your dog's coat looks full and furry by having a high meat content food. Along with food, you're going to need bowls. You're going to need bowls for your dog's food and water. Also, you're probably going to want a kennel, which will be the appropriate size for your dog. Your dog might get into stuff and might need a break, or you might just prefer kenneling your dog at night. Kennels are a great source of quiet time and a place where your dog feels safe. Last but not certainly least, toys. Toys are important to enrich your dogs, and some fun toys are chew toys, rope toys, and enrichment lick mats. Let's get into puppy proofing. Puppies are curious and can get into trouble quickly. Puppy proofing your home by removing any potential hazards such as a toxic plant, electric cords, and other small objects that could be swallowed. Keep an eye on your puppy at all times, especially during their exploration phase. Keep in mind what your dog's line of sight is and if they jump up onto things frequently. Any chemicals should be stored out of sight, and make sure your garbage is in a sealed-proof container or in a cabinet. Also, make sure there are minimal wires that your dog can get tangled into, and grab anything that you think your dog will get into or chew. Exercise and training. Puppies have a lot of energy and need regular exercise to stay healthy and happy. Provide them plenty of opportunities for them to play in physical activity. However, be mindful not to over-exercise your puppies as they are growing bodies and more susceptible to injury. Also, start basic training as soon as possible. Teach your puppy the basic commands like sit, stay, and come. Positive reinforcement such as treats are praise. It is a great way to encourage good behavior, considering enrolling in puppy classes for more structured training. Early socialization is key as well as being adjusted and confident dog. Expose your puppy to various people, animals, and environments at a young age. This helps prevent fear and aggression in the future. Vaccinations and healthcare. Puppies need a serious vaccinations to protect them from common diseases. Regular vet checkups and vaccinations are essential to ensure your puppy stays healthy. Discuss a vaccination schedule with your vet and keep up with any recommended boosters. Last but not certainly least, daily care. Depending on your dog's breed, your puppy should receive roughly 1 cup to 3 cups per day. Make sure your puppy also has access to fresh water daily. Make sure you give them potty breaks. Your puppy's bladder can only hold as long as they are. For example, if your puppy is 2 months old, they can only hold their bladder for roughly 2 hours. Give your dog exercise. Go play with them outside. Take them for a walk. A calm puppy is a tired puppy. As you embark on your journey, that is a learning process for both you and your new furry companion. Be patient, consistency, and loving as you guide your puppy through early stages of life. Celebrate their milestones and seek help from professionals when needed. As your puppy grows, your relationship will deepen and you'll form a bond that can last a lifetime. Have fun with your new puppy.
Hello, and welcome to the Competitive History. This is the series where we look at popular esports titles or franchises and going over their history, major events, and other fun facts. In today's episode, we are going to be covering what is undeniably the most popular video game to come out in the last decade. It took the world by storm and is consistently setting the bar higher and higher for how games can evolve in the future. This is the competitive history of Fortnite Battle Royale. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out to PlayStation as they are sponsoring this video, and they wanted me to look at their DualSense Edge wireless controller. So this controller is designed to perfect your gameplay and has all the features to do so. Has function buttons on the bottom for you to change your button layouts in mid-match. We have adaptable rear triggers in the back with different settings for how much slack you want on the triggers for precise shots during gameplay, and we also have our different buttons in the back that you can map to different programs so you can do more actions in game. I highly recommend this controller to everybody that owns a PS5 as it is built to last, especially with the extra longevity of the stick modules. Now that is something I forgot to talk about. The stick modules are able to come out and be replaced if you ever get stick drift, so I think that's a win-win for everybody. Big shout out to PlayStation for sponsoring this video, and with that out of the way, let's go back to the beginning.
Fortnite, noun, a unit of time equal to 14 days or 2 weeks. It is said that the word derives from an Old English term that meant 14 nights, and used by the early Middle Ages group the Anglo-Saxons as a means to count by nights instead of days. History has a funny way of repeating itself and using old terms for new things, because that is about the amount of time that a certain similarly titled video game took the world by storm. No pun intended. Fortnite's Battle Royale mode was released on September 26, 2017 as a free-to-play title, and nowadays is without a doubt the most popular title in modern day gaming, with millions of players logging in weekly for over 6 years. Nowadays, Fortnite is a pop culture juggernaut, having collaborated with many famous brands and famous people alike. Like, no jokes, think of any famous popular video game character, movie character, or just famous celebrity in general, and they've probably been in the game at some point or have collaborated with Fortnite in some way or another. Fortnite's concept is fairly simple. A 100-player battle royale where you fight to be the last person standing, either by yourself, with a buddy, or with a gaggle of buddies in a 4-man squad. The big difference that Fortnite has compared to other games is that players have the ability to build in the middle of a fight with another team, being able to create cover or a vantage point over your attackers. This made the gameplay very different from any other game at the time and immediately gained worldwide popularity following its initial release. The early days of Fortnite viewership on streaming platforms like Twitch and YouTube were insane, with peak concurrent viewership numbers reaching as high as 1.50 million people watching during the month of May 2018, according to TwitchTracker.com. By that time, Fortnite had become the game to play and watch, and became arguably one of the biggest video games of all time overnight, with some of the biggest names in popular culture wanting to get in on the Fortnite hype. The biggest case of this was when music legend Drake, alongside special guests NFL wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster and fellow rapper Travis Scott, appearing on streaming giant Ninja's "I'm not seeing enough movement" Fortnite stream on March 15th, 2018, which had surpassed the world record for most concurrent viewers in a single stream, with over 675,000 viewers, and is still one of the most watched streams in gaming history.
So now it is no surprise that Fortnite has become one of the most successful games of all time, and that includes the amount of money that it ended up making the developer Epic Games. Basically, with all the people that are coming in because the game is free to play, more people were inclined to end up spending money on the game, and as a result, it made Epic a ton of money. And this is important to note because people were buying cosmetics in Fortnite like crazy, so Epic was getting a lot of money from their sales. And Epic wanted to do something special with all the money that they were raking in.
By the time Fortnite reached new heights in popularity, the talk of esports competition within the community was starting to bubble up. Multiple competitions from small to large tournaments began popping up as early as the release of Fortnite. However, developer Epic Games wanted to make an officially licensed tournament that was 100% backed by the company. And as such, the Fortnite World Cup was announced, featuring a $30 million prize pool, with the solo champion winning $3 million. Qualifiers for the Fortnite World Cup took place worldwide, leading up to the finals in New York City on July 26, 2019. An estimated 40 million players competed in the qualifiers and majors for the event, where each player or duo team battled for points through eliminations and victories in order to earn enough points to qualify for the World Cup finals. The Fortnite World Cup finals drew massive attention, with millions of viewers tuning in to watch the event live, and 100 solo players and 50 duos teams competed for the top spots in each event. Most notably, a 16-year-old from New York, Kyle Booga Giersdorf, emerges as the solo champion, winning $3 million to his name, while follow-up placements earning less money, up to a minimum payout of $50,000. Following the massive success of the Fortnite World Cup, the Fortnite Championship Series, or FNCS, is introduced, featuring a series of online tournaments leading to regional finals and a grand final happening every single year.
Now, ever since the Fortnite World Cup has ended, the FNCS has been going on throughout each season of the game, bringing forth a direct way for players to compete throughout the game's ecosystem. This was a pretty well-timed announcement on Epic's part, because the 2020 FNCS season was held entirely online as part of the COVID-19 pandemic that hit the world around that time. So online tournaments have been a massive success for the community for Fortnite, as well as a lot of communities in general. And now as the years went on, Epic has been holding many in-game events that are outside of the FNCS, including cash cups and special tournaments to win upcoming cosmetics before they enter the main shop, which is a massive incentive given the amount of hype certain skins get. Despite facing competition from other games in the esports space, Fortnite continues to attract many players and hosting many competitions in person and online.
So now that wrapped up the basic history of Fortnite's competitive scene, now I just wanted to take a minute to talk about my personal feelings about the game and what I hope to see in the future. I started playing Fortnite around 2018 when I was in high school, and when I was dealing with a lot of personal issues at the time. Games were starting to feel the same. Everybody in each game's community were starting to vent their frustrations about each title, which definitely didn't help my feelings about gaming at the time. All of a sudden, Fortnite releases and everything pretty much changed. When I first started to get into the game, it felt fresh and unique, and everybody was having a blast exploring what the game had to offer. In fact, this was the game that brought me out of my shell, as I was known to be quite a shy kid in high school and didn't know many people, but when Fortnite exploded in popularity, everybody was playing, everybody wanted to play with as many new people as possible, so that got me to meet new people, play with people who I've known for like 2 minutes, or people who I've known my entire life. In essence, this game was one of the many games that has been a big part of my life, especially with it being a relatively new game in comparison to other games I've played my entire life so far. It's pretty incredible, to be honest with you. Nowadays, I'm not playing it as much as I used to, as I usually just take breaks and come back whenever the game does something insane or anything gets updated, and it's incredible to see how much this game has evolved over time. I really want Fortnite to keep being able to bring players back with a bunch of new content and everything, but at the time of this recording, the game has been out for 6 years, and a lot of people were starting to not really want to play as much. People were starting to get bored of the game, so I figured maybe it was the beginning of the end for the game. However, during the month of November 2023, Fortnite did something incredible. They ended up bringing back the original map that the game launched with for about a month in a special season called Fortnite OG. Everybody was excited to see the original map come back, as it has been missing ever since like 2019, 2020. And after the launch of Fortnite OG, the game ended up experiencing its biggest day in history, with over 44.7 million players in a single day and 102 million hours played. So that's proof right there that Fortnite does have the capability to continually shock the community and bring in record-breaking numbers. It's just a matter of time to see what Fortnite ends up doing next, and I'm honestly really excited to see it. So in the end, big shout out to Fortnite for being a game that helped me to the point where I'm at today, as I couldn't think of any other game that has changed the world and changed a lot about the course of my life as much as this game. However, on a more personal note, I also wanted to give a massive shout out to my friends, as they were a massive part of making this video possible, as well as being a major part of my life to the point where I couldn't imagine life without them. So I just wanted to say big shout out to you guys. Thank you for everything, and thank you for being a major part of my life. And with that, I'm going to be wrapping up this episode of the competitive history here. Don't really know where I'm going to go with this series in the future, but who knows, maybe I'll continue doing this more someday. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.